Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another weekly forecast and review. My name's Dion, and today I'm gonna have a little chat about the Aussie dollar, tell you guys what's up, what happened last week, what I think is gonna happen next week, and yeah, we'll get straight to it. So right here on the charts, before I talk about what happened last week, I'm gonna talk about what happened previous to last week, because it's gonna give us it will paint the picture as to what the market was feeling. So this vertical blue line here is pretty much where the week started. Before that, what I saw was a head and shoulders pattern being formed, an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I thought price was going to be bullish. I thought it was going to break through, make its way to the 8,000 level, which it had previously tested in the past. But instead, price found a double top out up here and dropped pretty strongly. So after that double top formation, and when price broke below the weekly level, that's when our week started pretty much. I'll head over into the 4-hour time frame. We can see a little bit more clearly. So there was the double top here. It broke the weekly level. It's a little bit, it was pretty much a very textbook break and retest. So we had our first impulsive movement, retracement, next impulsive movement, retracement. We'll chuck a Fibonacci retracement tool on there. And as you can see, price clearly rejected the 0.764 before making a huge drop down. It actually broke the next weekly level and found a minor support just below. So once price found that minor support, price didn't want to break through there obviously, and it crept its way up above the weekly level again. Now if we head over into the weekly time frame, what we can see here, the entire action of the week condensed into one candle. We saw, first of all, it is a very bearish candle, but the fact that it was actually pushed up and it rejected this minor level and it rejected the weekly level, that is telling me right now that price does not want to go down there, especially because it's on the higher time frame. Like it's a weekly candle right now. The weekly candle and the monthly candle, the price action you see on those larger time frames hold more strength than the smaller time frames if you were to go into like the 5-minute or the 15. That's why you can see here I only have the 2-hour as my smallest time frame. Started trading these larger time frames because I feel like they're just more valid and carry more strength. So heading over into the daily, we can see a little morning star. I think that's what it's called, morning star formation. We did break through the weekly level. We found this support which price did not break underneath, and then a strong bullish candle which actually engulfed the previous two candles which closed above the weekly key level. So that's what happened last week. So what's going to happen next week? Well, for me, what I think, I'm going to go into the smaller time frames because we can see a little bit more detail here. I feel because price is overall bullish for me, as you can see over in this weekly, price is fairly bullish. We've had the consolidation here above the 0.77. We had the strong push up, like rejection to the 0.8, made its way down, further consolidation up here, like around there. I feel like because of this rejection to the weekly level and this minor, you know what, never mind about this minor level. Because of this rejection to the weekly level on the weekly candle, there is a strong chance that price is going to continue its way up and find its way to the 8,000. Now, I don't think that's going to happen in 1 week. It's going to take a little bit of time, but overall, we'll say for like a shorter time frame to look at, I feel like price is going to make its way up to the next weekly level, which is up here. Now, the way I trade, I like to look at scenarios for both cases. Like, okay, what if price is bearish? What happens if it does actually make lower lows, lower highs? Well, let's look at this for a sec. We've seen the rejection from the double top, right? Now we've seen it come down to make a low. Now we've made a lower high, lower low, and possibly we could make a lower high, but this is when things get interesting. We'll draw a Fibonacci chart, like a Fibonacci retracement tool from the last high to the last low. So I'm saying that I feel like price can come up to the next weekly level, but what if it doesn't? What if it follows something like this? What if price decides to reject this, reject the Fibonacci golden zone? So for me, I look at the golden zone and go, okay, that's not enough confluence to say, hey, we don't know if it could reject off here. So what would make it a stronger case? If it was to reject the golden zone, then for me to say that's more probable, I would be looking for other key levels, other minor areas in that level. So let's go over to the 8-hour time frame. Now what I'll do actually is I'll do horizontal line just in the middle of the both, and then I look for key levels in that area. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 strong rejections. Say some like area here. This is significant right here. So there actually is a possibility that price may retrace up to the golden zone and reject it and continue its way down. So what's that telling us? If price does make its way, like if it does do that, I'll put on this tool here. So if price does decide to bounce off from where it did up to the golden zone, say, we'll just say the 0.618 there, then just have a look at what price is actually doing. It actually broke back above the weekly key level, and then it's coming down to retrace. But what does that, if we're on a overall bullish bias, then we're looking for a break and a retest to the upside. So we've already had this break. We've had the we haven't had, but theoretically we could have a rejection from the golden zone, and we could retest the weekly level. Now, let me draw up another fib in the other direction. If price is gonna make its way up, it's making higher highs and higher lows. So we'll draw the Fibonacci from the last low up to the theoretical golden zone. And look what it does right here. This weekly level actually lines up perfectly with the golden zone on an uptrend, making its way up. Now, in my experience, from what I've backtested, all the trading that I've done over the past year, this is a strong like entry right here. We don't know that it will happen. We have to wait until next week or the week after, see what happens. But if price does reject the Fibonacci zone up here, which I had previously plotted, and if it does make its way down to create a higher low, and if the higher low is in this golden zone, which lines up with the weekly level, there is a strong chance that price is making its way up. And what we could see is the push from there up to there. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying that this is a possibility. The way that I analyze my charts is I look at all different possibilities, all different things which could happen. Then I single out the most probable ones, which is based on the amount of confluences and price action, and then I pay attention to that. So for me at the moment, what I'm gonna say is this seems like it's probable. I feel like this definitely could happen. So I'll keep my eye out for it, and we'll see on the next week's weekly forecast and review if this actually happens. So keep this in mind. I will actually go back and I'll probably clip this somewhere and put it in the next video, but I do feel like this could happen. So to sum it up, this is my forecast for next week. I feel like price is going to continue bullish, but it will face some sort of rejection. It needs to retrace. I mean, it doesn't need to. It could just push up all the way up to the next level, but I feel like it's going to be making a series of higher highs and higher lows before it gets there. I can also see here on the daily time frame that there is another level here, which is the 0.77. Surprise, surprise. I love this level because price reacts real nice around this level. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say like, okay, price is going to make its way up from here to the 0.77 before retracing. So we'll leave the arrow there. Now we'll draw a fib. So let's just say if price does make its way to the 0.77, where is it going to retrace to? And you can see still, even if price was to come up to the 0.77, the weekly level here, if there was a break and retest happening, it could always, or it still lines up with the golden zone. So the golden zone is telling me right now that this weekly key level is very important. So pretty much to sum it up, this is what I think is going to happen. There will be some sort of bullish movement anywhere around the 0.77, another minor area. Well, the 0.77 is a key level, but it could reject off the key level, could reject off a shorter minor level. But I feel like price is going to come down to this weekly level, all in all. It's going to break and retest, come to this weekly level. Now, this is what I'm going to be looking for. This is the important part that I'm going to be patient for. How does it react to this weekly key level? Is it going to break right through? Is it going to fake us out before coming right up? But essentially, I'm not saying this is exactly how it's going to make the moves, but I feel like it's going to do something like this. Bullish movements, retracement, somewhere around the weekly level before making its way up to touch the next weekly level at 0.776. Now that may not happen next week. As I said, it could happen over the next week, 2 or 3, depending how price moves. Anyways, that's it for my weekly forecast and review. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that it brought you some value. If you have any questions about my analysis, any questions about my trading or whatever, drop it in the comment section below and I'll make sure to get back to you guys. But that's it. So, catch you guys in the next one.